Data collection and analysis. When researchers want to find answers to their questions, they need to collect data. That is, gather information. Data can come from many different sources, like surveys, interviews, or even experiments. After collecting the data, researchers need to analyze it, which means looking for patterns, relationships, and answers within the data. To do this effectively, researchers often use special software tools, like SPSS, which helps them organize and understand large sets of data quickly. Overview of data collection methods. Surveys. Surveys are one of the most common ways to collect data. They usually consist of a list of questions that people answer. Surveys are useful when researchers need information from a lot of people, such as asking 500 students about their favorite subjects in school. Surveys can be done online, on paper, or even by phone. Interviews. Interviews involve speaking directly with people to gather detailed information. Unlike surveys, which are quick and to the point, interviews are more personal and allow people to explain their thoughts and feelings. For example, a researcher might interview teachers to understand how they feel about new teaching methods. Interviews can be structured, with prepared questions, or more open and flexible. Experiments. Experiments are used when researchers want to test how one thing affects another. In an experiment, researchers might change one factor to see what happens. For example, in a school experiment, one class might use a new type of math software while another class doesn't. By comparing the results, researchers can see if the software helps students learn better. Observations. Sometimes researchers collect data by simply watching and recording what happens. This is called observation. For instance, in a study about how kids play, researchers might watch children at a playground and take notes on how they interact. Observation can provide real-life insights without directly asking people questions. Software tools for data analysis. After collecting data, researchers need to make sense of it, especially if they have a lot of numbers or responses. This is where data analysis software comes in. One popular tool for data analysis is SPSS, Statistical Package for the Social Sciences. SPSS Overview. SPSS is a software program that helps researchers organize and analyze data. It's very useful when working with large amounts of data, like survey responses from hundreds of people. SPSS can calculate statistics. SPSS can quickly find averages, percentages, and other statistics. Create graphs and charts. The program can turn data into visual charts, which makes it easier to see patterns and trends. Find relationships in data. SPSS can help researchers see if there's a connection between two things. For example, does more study time lead to better grades? SPSS can analyze data to answer this kind of question. Using tools like SPSS makes data analysis faster and more accurate, so researchers can draw reliable conclusions from their studies. Conclusion. Data collection and analysis are two important steps in research. Researchers use various methods to collect data, such as surveys, interviews, experiments, and observations, depending on what they want to find out. Once they have the data, they use software like SPSS to organize, analyze, and understand it. This process allows researchers to make sense of large amounts of information and discover answers that can help improve areas like education, health, and more.